Okay, it's been a while since I've done any of these videos. I came across this record I'm going to talk about now. It's one of my favourite compilations, and it's also a famous club night. And the night was called Nag 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 in London, in Soho, at a club called The Ghetto. Incidentally, our new album that's just coming out is a homage to the club The Ghetto that used to hold things like Nag Nag Nag, things like The Cock, and I used to play there quite often as Punx Soundcheck or with the Droids. So this vinyl is a compilation that was released by React, and it's all about the club Nag Nag Nag, which opened up in 2002. Now, I discovered this by accident because I've just done a gig in Hamburg, and there's this new sound called Electro Clash. I found a record by Mr. Queen's Gonna Die was the name of the track, and I wanted to find some more kind of sounds like this. So when I came back to the UK, I went into Virgin Megastore on the bottom of Oxford Street and found some electro records, and tucked in there was a couple of flyers, and I still have the flyer now. I'm not sure if this is the original one, but this is one of the flyers that I had. It was Nag Nag Nag. I think it was the green one. I don't think it was the original flyer, but this is one of the flyers from the club night, Nag Nag Nag. I remember picking it out, and my production partner myself went to the night in 2002 and just blown away by, it was just this new sound, Electro Clash, all night long, you know, things like Miss Kitten and Vitalik and Fisher Spooner. And I absolutely loved it. It was my all-time favourite club night, other than the Cock. It was at the same venue as well. I'd played there quite a few times, at the Ghetto as such, but at Nag Nag Nag, I played as the Droids. I was in a band called the Droids, and I've done a couple of DJ slots there as well. Also, the first singer from Punx Soundcheck, Cormac, was also who used to do the door at Nag as well. So he was quite famous around them scenes. And it was an amazing club night. You know, it's definitely going to go down in clubbing history. I mean, you'd be bumping shoulders with people like Kate Moss, or, you know, Bjork, Cilla Black even, Zoe Ball, Alexander McQueen, Vitalik, you know, you name it, everyone went there. Pete Burns doing PAs, Marilyn doing PAs, Boy George doing many PAs, and it was just an incredible place of fashionistas, people from art college, people just want to dress up, people who love the music. I absolutely loved it. So Nag 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 ran from 2002 to 2008, but around about 2004, React Records commissioned Johnny Slut, one of the DJs of the night with Jojo DeFreak and Phil OK, to compile this compilation. And I absolutely love it. It's just a kind of a snap on what was going on around about that time, some of these tracks. I think it's a great compilation, and it's not just tracks that will come out there naughty, it's tracks that were like 70s punk that they were kind of playing at this Nag Nag Nag. If you've ever been, you'll see the music taste is very, very eclectic, but what you wouldn't find was house and tribal or anything like that. It was all electronic or early punk, or tracks that influenced a lot of the electronic stuff. So the compilation I'm talking about is Nag Nag Nag. Now there's some, I absolutely love this. This is actually off my wall. I love the back, and I kind of took inspiration from this for our album that's literally coming out, where they've just got loads of photos of everyone on the back, all cut out. So ours is a bit like this as well. So sorry, Johnny, we've kind of nicked a couple of your ideas, even some of the font as well. But I think this is just a great homage to Nag 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 and the Ghetto. But there's some great tracks on here. In the vinyl version, you have something like 15 tracks or something, but you've got great ones like Radio 4, Start a Fire, Adriano Kanzi and Macho Boy, which is a big one then. Crazy Girl, who was a local kind of artist at the time. You've got Mystery Men Electro Mode, which is one of my favourite electro clashy records, and I used to play that all the time. As it turns out, I'm actually going to put together an Electro Clash compilation. I'm trying to hunt down who owns the rights to that track. So if you are watching and you know, please let me know. Chicks on Speed, We Don't Play Guitars, featuring Peaches. Now that was, every time we went to Nag, that was always being played at some point. Atomizer, Hooked on Radiation. For me, that is, I'll always be grateful for Johnny Slut and Atomizer, because one of my all-time favourite labels is, as you probably guessed, is International DJ Gigolo Records. And they signed this to Gigolo Records as well, and we did the remix for it, which came out on vinyl, and that, to me, that I'd made it. In my own word, I'd made it. That was incredible, so I'll always thank them guys for that. But this is Hooked on Radiation, to me, is one of the best Electro Clash records that just defines that time. You've got things like Gina X Performance No GDM, which is a classic track. Anyone who knows anything about music knows about Gina X and No GDM. Again, that was re-released by Hell on his Gigolo label with some new mixes. But also you've got Adam and the Ant Xerox Machine, which came out in 1979. A lot of people think, well, why has that been played at NAG? Oh, it's incredible. It's so forward-thinking, that track. And I'm so glad that he put this on there. And you got things like Bauhaus, Kick in the Eye, Virgin Prunes, Baby Turns Blue, Fad Gadget, Back to Nature. I mean, that is an awesome tune. And it's just appeared in the Stranger Things as well. Finishing off with Devo, The Day My Baby Gave Me a Surprise. So it kind of opened a lot of people up to a lot of stuff they would never heard about, but it didn't matter what it was, you just danced to it. And I just love this compilation, the fact that React put a lot of money into this compilation on 3-vinyl set as well. It also came out on a CD as well. I know this is a vinyl thing, but it comes in the one. And I think just put a lot of effort into this, like when you pull out the sleeve, the stripe across his Johnny always used to wear that stripe. It's incredible. I love that thought. But there's a lot more tracks on here. You know, you've got things like Delta 5 Mind Your Own Business, which is still doing its rounds now. Space Energy, Electronic Cat, Frisco Bay, which is a big track as well. So there's a few extra tracks on the CD. But obviously we're here and we're talking about the vinyl. I still got the original flyer that came, you know, they were handed out Nag Nag Nag. So I still have that. But this is definitely one of my favourite compilations. And it's Nag Nag Nag. If you haven't heard this or track it down, check it out. If you want a snapshot of London 2002 to 2008, this is it. This compilation, it's just incredible, and I just can't stop listening to it. And that's Nag Nag Nag. And I'm sure we're going to do some more stuff on things like Atomizer and some of the tracks that I played at Nag. But what a club night. It's gone down in history. If you've been to Nag Nag Nag, we're going to be talking about for years to come. So great. If you don't know this record or you don't know a lot of these tracks, check it out. Okay? And that's Nag 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 on React Records, compiled by Johnny Slut. And obviously the other DJs at Nag were Jojo the Freak and Phil OK. And that's my favourite compilation. Okay. Thank you.